self-talk is very important in how we entrain our thoughts to relate with our emotions, which of course help to shape our behaviors. So when we are understanding that we have control, we can have control of what it is that we're thinking about and what we're dwelling on, we can take that information and choose that which we want to dwell on. So if we have a particular issue with a personality trait that is not helping us, maybe it's making some things difficult in the workplace, maybe it's making a relationship with a friend or a spouse more difficult than it needs to be, and it just like is a hard time. You know, rather than trying to blame someone or just say they need to fix themselves, take some time for introspection. Think about what thoughts you continue to play in your mind, because that's really going to be the map to show you we can change this. Now, we talked about reframing our emotions. Um, if I have a thought that I identify is causing me to not be able to perform in a certain way because I have some self-doubt that's very hard for me to get through, and it comes from a very deep place of just not believing in myself, or having this fear of just putting yourself out there in front of others. What will they say? What will they think of me? Oh my gosh, will I survive? You know what? That is a great problem to have when you're doing self-improvement, because now I can say, okay, that thought, it's part of my belief system, and it's not working for me. If I want to perform, I want to do something that has to do with speaking in front of others or trying to help someone get through something, well, what am I saying to myself about that? If I have negative self-talk, how am I going to actually move through my issues so that I can help someone better themselves? So what I'm trying to make really clear is that we own the thoughts that we think. We are accountable for the things we dwell on. Now, it's not an easy thing to do because in life things happen, and sometimes bad things happen to good people. And so you might be saying to me, hey, it's not my fault that this keeps coming up in my mind. You wouldn't believe what happened to me. Okay, I will believe you. I will. And I'm here to tell you that you can alter that. You can turn that negative self-talk into positive self-talk. You can reframe how your mind is approaching yourself with your self-talk. So identifying ideas that are not helpful and are not good for you, once you identify those, you really need to kind of figure out why it's there. Is it true? Well, if it's true, then there's some work that needs to be done, right? What if it's not true? What if these are just these thoughts that are going through your mind that they're not true, but they're negative? This happens with a lot of people, where even sometimes people will be so concerned with helping other people that they forget to help themselves. So while they're trying to encourage and motivate their own kids or their family or their friends or their workmates, they forget how they're speaking to themselves. So this whole thing that I want to talk about is be aware of your self-talk. How do you treat yourself? If you pay attention and investigate your thinking, and you find that you are unkind to yourself, that's a number one thing to pay attention to, because if you're beating up on yourself, how are you going to get better? And if you're watching this video and videos like this, it tells me you want to improve yourself and your relationship with yourself, which I believe is a beautiful thing to do. And so introspection, being honest with ourselves, being accountable, um, and our energy systems, our chakra vortexes can help us better ourselves, can help us to have a better experience in our lives. So if we think of our chakra system as steering wheels in our body driving us through life, well, the more of a handle we can get on these steering wheels, the more we can understand them, the better we can navigate our relationship with ourselves and our relationship to the world around us. So I really, really appreciate you joining me, and we'll get back on track with the solar plexus chakra in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. Very much. I appreciate you so much.